Oh, I'm gonna tell you guys what, it never ever gets old, and this is probably gonna be how we start every freaking video from now on, because just enjoy this with me. Sorry you can't see into the car storage where the Barracuda and Duster are. That zoom actually worked out really well. All right, so today, fellers and non-fellers, we are going to be putting this car back together so we can store it, which means I'm going to end up working on it, which means, yeah, I told myself I'm gonna get this car here, I'm gonna put all the pieces on it, and then I'm gonna put it away, and I'm gonna finish some projects. Like, we're gonna get the dozer going, get the satellite going, and I knew it was gonna happen. Here we are working on it, legitimately, like, working on this car. I haven't started anything on the floors, and I don't think I will. I think the main thing is right now is cleaning this a little bit deeper and pour 15ing what's here, or at least painting it, getting something on it, and then we can store the car away. Probably pull the Barracuda out and put this thing in there so that way it doesn't get any worse. I did start messing around with the front end. I started cleaning some of the paint on the engine bay, trying to bring it back to life. I put the 426 street wedge manifolds on this 3D61 that's currently in the car. Remember, it's a factory 383 4-speed. We got that neat little sticker. That one did not come back, but I think this one, yeah, that one came back. That is not the correct radiator for this car, which I'll be ordering the correct one for it. Of course, we got to find an engine still. The transmission, I think, will work, but we got to get definitely an engine for sure. Nothing rowdy, something pretty tame. But anyways, the whole point is we're going to get this car looking like a Polara 500 again for the most part. Getting all the trim, putting the interior back in it, finishing the floors up, and making this engine look like an engine. Now let me go show you something we have been working on. Now we're back up here at the house. You will see the 426 street wedge engine parts. I have debated on whether or not I want to do it. I kind of like the crappy look, the dull look, but I think we're going to go ahead and give them a full polish. I did that little stripe the other day just to bug people. And yeah, I think the air cleaner and stuff are going to come out just fine. We're showing you before and after. Remember, this is stuff we found in the trunk of the car along with the manifolds. There's that little section I went ahead and did. And now, let's make these shine. Okay, so I got the lid and base plate for the air cleaner. It's got like 2 or 3 coats of primer, rust inhibiting primer, then semi-gloss black, couple coats of that, and then like 3 coats of satin clear coat. So those should be good to go for the rest of my lifetime. And you'll notice I just did this part. We'll be polishing all this out because, well, you've seen what we can do with polishing poopy. As far as the valve covers though, we're not going to do that. Well, we're going to polish them out on the outside, but the inside, don't want to use paint and stuff like that on the inside of the engine. So I've got some more cleaning to do on these, so don't be thinking I'm done yet. But we're going to use my Gliptol on this that we used on the Pro Stock, which, the Gliptol. Actual brand name, I bought that on Amazon, I believe. You can get it at Eastwood, you get it all sorts of places. It's what the old-time racers used to use in the engine bays or in the engines to slick them down, so to seal these up. And all right, valve covers are done. That's a lot of polishing because I was trying to figure out why they don't shine any more than they do, and they look kind of shiny on camera, but I mean, it's nowhere near as like what it should be. I mean, it's like it's dull, and you can actually see in camera these marks that are in it on both of them. That one looks like it has spray paint lines, but that's actually in the metal. I could feel it as I was steel wooling, and I even had some of my metal polish out just to see what it would do, because it wasn't getting with just steel wool. It just stayed kind of, it's like they've been sandblasted or something. I don't know. I know the air cleaner came out a heck of a lot better when I just did that one piece, so let's get it done. That's the job will be done. All right, so part of our cleanup here, okay, you'll notice the engine's looking a little more engine-y. Now Anna and I are going to use this product that we used on my satellite to restore the old paint, and this is the original paint for this car. Bet you. My buddy Jesse was just here, and I think he said it was.
Yeah,
and we did verify.
The stickers.
Yeah, and we did verify factory big block 383 4-barrel 4-speed on the fender tag. I'm gonna get me that little book. If anybody's got a copy of that Go and Go VA 62 to 65 B-body book, I'd like to buy it off you, or at least get copies of it, because you can't get it no more, I guess. So we're gonna see how it looks, cleaning up this engine bay, polishing up this paint, because we need to put the grill in it so we can put the bumpers on it and make it look like a car. But you know what? This is the last time you're gonna get access to this stuff, so we might as well make her shine. Okay, so I don't know how well this will show on video for you fellers and non-fellers. God dang it. I saw a little splurge. A little streakage. So I don't know how well this is going to show up for you guys, but oh, there we go. For some reason, this side where the battery exploded, I mean, it's kind of incredible it came up like that, and then it, well, actually, maybe it's just the way the sun is shining. Look at that. And this is out without using the wax. And I know it's on this junky old engine bay, but that's kind of amazing it came up that much. I was looking at the speedy footage before we started filming, and I was like, wow, that looks like crap. And I got to the end of the speedy footage, and I was like, wow, that looks like shiny crap. I kind of like how the battery did that to the paint. We're gonna, of course, take care of that down there, make sure I don't rust out, but that's kind of impressive. I guess if it made any sense, we'd use the wax, but yeah, this guy, that's the stuff I used on the big C800 and my satellite and other things. Really good stuff. Go check them out on YouTube, and they got a website. Been shining up the bright work. That's what we started with. That's what I got it to. Just a little bit of steel wool, a little bit of invisible glass cleaner, and a little towel, horn button. I got the front bumper done. It cleaned up pretty dang good. I'm not gonna say it's the most beautiful re-chrome job, because, well, there's a lot of problems in it, but I mean, it's better than whatever that's going on there. So I'm gonna keep working on the trim, and we'll get this thing looking like something here soon. Ooh. Ah. Also, Anna is painting our inner pieces for our grill and everything. And looks pretty good from here. We just got to get a left-hand bucket there, so that way we can complete the set. So looks pretty good, Anna. Back to the concept. All right, guys and gals. So Anna and I actually spent way more time actually getting this stupid hood aligned as good as we could. And the fenders, I did tighten them up, but they're still not. The fenders aren't really aligned, and neither are the doors. But we got the hood aligned to the non-aligned everything else. And at least the hood catch works now. And as it turns out, I don't know if there's actually any fact to this, but on these rings here, there's a big R right there for right, I'm imagining, and then there's the part number, Mopar. There's a left and a right of these apparently. I didn't know it. I don't know if Jesse knew it, because this one will not fit any which way into that hole, but both of them fit on that side, as it turns out. So now we'll have to get that, and then we'll get the bumper on here soon, and this thing will actually start looking like a daggone car. Maybe we have to shine some paint, but you guys will see that tomorrow. Maybe, possibly, or not. Alrighty, well, we got the bumper kind of mostly assembled. I'm gonna need a housing at least. I think that one okay. I think that one on that side's all right. I think that one's pretty good. It kind of pokes up at the bottom a little bit. Not a big deal. You won't ever see that. God, I love that styling. That is so cool. It's just perfectly integrated into this overly styled bumper. I mean, yeah, you can see my ugly mug in this thing. So, all right, well, I'm just gonna wait on Dad or someone to get here so I can have a little bit of help manhandling this and all the bracketry to get her on. Oh God, not that guy. Not that guy. We got the grill all refinished. We painted all the inside of that. That actually does look really nice. So we're gonna get the bumper on now. Anna, we got our headlights in the mail finally, so she's gonna go ahead and put those in. We're waiting to get that one piece still. I found a really good deal on one on eBay, so That should be here in a couple of days. And we could finish off this front clip, get that piece of trim out for the hood and get that polished up, put that on there. We did also get the fenders actually bolted on. This fender over here legitimately had a gap about that big between it and the core support, and the other side wasn't even bolted on, but it was closed. So we got the fenders fitted. Now the hood doesn't fit real great, but at least the fenders fit and the door will open and shut properly. There he is, Dad in his natural habitat, working on a red rusty Dodge product. Did you figure out how that piece of trim goes, Dad?
Well, I think if you get the middle bolt started.
We're trying to fit that piece there. I'm starting to think that's a Plymouth piece.
Well, yeah, it's kind of weird because it's hollow here and here underneath here.
Don't really fit the shape of our bumper, but by the way, bumpers. This side's a little wonky, just a little bit, but it's not bad. The front bumper is awesome. And I had to take the whole grill back out. I mean, I don't know, she's probably become a master at taking this grill in and out. And we still got that one piece of trim we need to get, but it's just, there's no denying a 64 Dodge grill is just so freaking cool.
It is pretty.
Gotta hate this side of the car. Why is it always the ugly side of the car? It's always the photo side. Because it's really hard to take a good photo of this side because the dozer. Alrighty, so we got the console all apart, washed it off, scrubbed it with Dawn dish soap and some steel wool. Tried to bring the carpet back to life. I scrubbed this twice real heavy with Dawn dish soap. Anna's gonna get me some OxyClean because we're gonna try and cheap out on this. At least when I wipe my hand on the water, it doesn't come out with poop. Okay, so I need to clean these pieces. This console's got this giant butt piece, and it's also got this very heavy. It's insane these cars are lighter than regular B bodies. You know, like Jezebel, it's with all this heavy crap in it. But I wanted to show you guys the console piece. There's a date stamp in each stamp, and when it's wet you can see it. It's 4/20/64, and upon decoding the car, we found it is a special ordered car, and it's a real late build 64. It's basically, it was ordered right before they started making the 65s, or right when they started making 65s. It's real late order. Look at that, yeah, right there, 4/20/64. That's kind of funny. All right, so now I got that screwed on. That sticker kind of survived the bath. That's all glue. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys just a little bit here because, well, we got the console parts, all the metal parts at least cleaned. The tack cleaned it pretty good. By the way, if you guys don't know, this lens here is glass. I found that out. It's not plastic, which is kind of cool. And carefully set that back over here because I can't afford to buy another one of those. A little piece of felt is still in there and it's still good. But look at this casting. Like, think about the mold that it took to make this thing and all the little pieces and parts, and good Lord. And then you got this piece, which this should be one piece and then the bezel bolts in, but this piece is broken. Now it's 3 pieces. And then you got the tack. And this is just for, you know, the front half. Then you got the shifter boot that goes in right there. This is quite the complex little deal, and I know what they're like on those model cars, but I mean, this is kind of impressive. Alrighty, so the idea of piecing it back together didn't go well. I don't know why I just didn't start with actually bolting the solid top plate on, having that as a template, but that's what I got now. After one glue up and one failure, this console may have warped a little bit through the ages, so I put that top piece back on, and I gotta fill some of this stuff because something over here wasn't quite right. It's all level, it's tight, so now we're just gonna put some epoxy down in these cracks just to fill them up and fill these holes up, and that'll be clear. Then we can re-drill them, and then we're gonna come back from the back side over here and we'll sand it and we fiberglass it and strengthen it up. Alrighty, so it's the next day. This has had a full 24 hours to hard cure. All that's holding this thing together right now is my epoxy, and I'm holding it on a big chunk that was broken out. So I'm gonna say that epoxy is pretty good stuff. That was that DevCon. I don't have any more of the packages. We just took all the trash out, but I even filled this cavity up, and I put masking tape over that, and I shoved a bunch of wood in there, and I don't think I actually needed the wood, but did it anyways. Buddy Billy recommended put some popsicle sticks when I do the actual fiberglass, and so I figured I broke up some pieces, just a bridge in here, and it's fully encased all around, nice and strong. So now the real repair begins, because this is just to glue it. This would be fine, but I want to actually fiberglass. So now we're going to scuff all this big V out, this area here and here, and we're going to put a piece of basically fiberglass band-aid on each of these big chunks, just to kind of solidify. Then we got a couple little cracks here and there. We'll come in and we'll touch those up, but not going to get super in depth on that. It's just mostly documenting the fact that we are keeping this factory console together. All right, so I just want to give you a little teaser here. So there's a piece of carpet off the console. Mom, can you please turn that crappy? That's what it looked like, if you remember. There's a little darker spot. There's the lighter spot, and that guy looks like that. Looks like that lighter spot. So Mom's doing a good job. We're just trying to get the car looking complete again. So I had a mishap with the resin. It kind of went off pretty fast on me, so I got a lot of rework to do. All right, so I got everything bolted together. All the fiberglassing is done. Just gonna sand it down a little bit, smooth it out a little bit, but it's real strong. And well, I'm not gonna say it's the strongest in the world. It's not the prettiest in the world, especially on the backside. I ended up not putting any fiberglass on the backside. Just left it the epoxy with the wood sticks, and then I think that's gonna work out pretty good. I test fitted this back into the car. It fits pretty good. It's tight, but it fits good. Alrighty, well, it may seem like a huge jump in progress from what you last saw of the console to now, because I've just been gluing carpet on. So we got the old nasty carpet glued back to this hump that's now repaired. Yeah. That's kind of a waste, but oh well. It's carpet we got. So I got the glue on this piece of fiberglass. We're going to get ready to put this piece back on that I cut, and I could have just left it on, but I cut it. Mom brought me Gorilla Tape, and that is perfectly disguising those little pieces. This piece is clipped on. I got to get the other piece that I've got glued up on the other side, and once this glue's set up, glue that down, and we'll get this console assembled and put it in the old Polara. And Dad's grilling. Father's Day weekend. Well, on the console deal, getting the lights mounted inside, so I don't have to dig with that later. The lights in there, I got to polish the little lenses, and get all that done. Alrighty, guys and gals, so progress for today. We actually got the dash put in place where it's supposed to be. I put a quick coat of satin black on it just to slow down any kind of rusting. Found out, we actually got the driver's seat bolted in, cleaned all the threads on those studs. They were great. And oh yeah, this steering wheel has got to go. I found an eBay guy who's got one, and hopefully we can make a deal on a steering wheel, because this is awful and I want a stock wheel in this car. The shifter, funnily enough, found out it wasn't even bolted on. So I was sitting there thinking, oh cool, we got a good shifter. And then I figured, Scott luck, we would get the 1 4-speed that's froze solid and won't move. So I bolted. It took me a long time to get this freaking shifter put back together, because the pin, if you've seen my 4-speed video where I actually put one of these shifters together, take it all apart and clean it, there's a center pin that runs through here that the bolt goes through, and that it's not really a pin, it's more of a shaft. Anyways, it had fallen almost completely out, so I had to line all the stuff back up, oil it, and then I actually had to put a bolt in there, which would mean dropping the whole shifter on the ground. And now it works first, second, third, fourth. And the motorcycle in the background is helping. There's reverse, you hear the clunk. And while I was down there, I also double checked and actually saw that this clutch pedal is actually operating stuff, which is freaking awesome. But as I stated, and I want to state this again for the future, that we are not starting the restoration or anything. We're not working on this car for real. We are just cleaning it up and we are putting it back together so we can store it while we work on other projects, because God knows we have plenty of projects. Enjoy the video. Alrighty, well, I ain't found a steering wheel. Kind of gave up on that, but I got the dashboard all. I was just gonna put it in here as it was, but none of it matched. Oh, sorry, tarp. So went ahead and just shot it with a quick thing of silver. Kind of matches the glove box pretty good. I'll be trimming all this out. Of course, just, you know, the Dodge dash. It's nothing super spectacular. But I got the dash kind of bolted in. Console's all in here. Threw a shifter on here that ain't got no threads, but at least you can pretend to row gears. And it actually, I mean, we are actually moving the transmission. So reverse, and then first, second, third, fourth. Everything works good. Console's just sitting in here. Seats are bolted down. Actually got the dash screwed in. All right, so we're back here. We finally got our package from Brewers Performance. They sent me an original shifter ball for this car. Just a great shout out to them fellers. In fact, I'm going to film a video just for those guys, showing my appreciation, doing an unboxing of this guy. So that video will be somewhere. Really cool group of people. Brewers Performance, if you don't know who they are the people to go to for Mopar, 4-speed, anything. I'll be getting my reproduction boot from them. Any parts I need, that's who I go to. Luckily, I got really good friends there. Danny and his dad, Wayne. Everybody at the team, super cool. So thank you guys for that. I also dug out that feller, because this feller looks like he's on here, but it's not. It's stripped out. So let's get this pallet crap off. Now, of course, I have to show off, obviously, the crowd favorite. Everybody is going to go nuts over the white Hurst shifter 4-speed deal. I know, this is the epitome of cool and the epitome of white trashy greatness that I am, well, a member of that tribe. And I do love this. This is like literally just the most perfect feeling shifter ever. I mean, a T-handle is always the right way to go. But in the spirit of this car being original, we at least got to give this one a shot. Now, there is no denying just that. The simplicity of just, wow, it's amazing that literally something this simple is as ergonomic as it feels. I mean, this could actually be bigger, honest to God. My hand kind of does engulf it. But, I mean, I could rock this. All right, guys and gals, so I know we did not do what I initially set out to do in this video, which was getting it all back together to store it away. As you'll notice, that trim ring is still not on there, which we did find the right one. Or the back seat's not in here. And, well, that's because there's no reason to put the back seat in, because I'm going to be pulling it right back out, because I think we're going to go ahead and work on this dang old thing. I know I've got a million projects. Everything's in various states of broken or not functional or not insured because Geico doesn't recognize the VIN number for some reason anymore. Yeah, let's go ahead and fix this one, because I actually have all the sheet metal. I went ahead and bought everything from classic to current fabrication I didn't already have, because, well, AMD don't even list anything, so screw it. I bought the stuff off of eBay because their website's a little sketchy. And yeah, so we got front floor pans, we've got the rear sections, which I'll show you those here in a second. I am going with the white stock ball that Danny Brewer sent me, because just looking at it now, yeah, that's, my buddies are right, that's too GM, too Ford. T-handles are cool, but not in this one. So here's our rear floor pan replacement pieces from C2C. As I said, really not that freaking bad. I don't know how well they'll fit, but they're pretty nice, and it's about the same thickness as, I don't know who made these front sections, but between the rear sections and the front sections, I'll have about 4 inches to span or so. And Dad brought me home some sheet metal he found. So that'll be perfect. So we'll be able to fix the floors in that daggone thing pretty easily. We got the trunk piece, which I'll show you. I also got that from C2C Fab right here. As you can see, there's the box. That classic to current fabrication. Not sponsored by a Mini in any means, as usual, but the stickers on them, at least unlike AMD, say Made in USA. And these are considerably thicker than anything AMD has ever sold me. And they look pretty good. I don't know how well they fit, but they ought to be better than nothing. So yes, guys, I get it. We got plenty of projects. Why start on another one when we could just easily store it away? Well, here's the thing. I really don't want to pull the Barracuda out of storage, nor do I want the Duster sitting outside. And this thing is just crappy enough that it can sit outside, but I really don't want it to get any worse. Well, we just hooked up the welders, and be a good opportunity to see if the welders are going to work. Plus, it's just a really cool car, and I'm sorry guys, I am still doing this for YouTube, and the views are really good on this thing. You guys seem to enjoy this car, so I say let's go ahead and let's at least fix all the freaking rust, and maybe go pick up an engine, because that might be your next video. We got a nice little adventure we went on for you guys, and we filmed it. I hope you have fun with it. But that's going to be it for now on the 64 Polara. I hope you guys enjoy this series and continue to enjoy this series, because in the background I am working on other stuff and making more videos for you guys. It's just today, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's already like 80 degrees. It's going to be a record of like 104 today or something like that. So I'm getting this filming out of the way so I can go edit all this for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again. As always, look forward to seeing the next one. Always guys, take care, and bye-bye.